everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do something that hopefully can be useful right now. I'm honestly sick and tired of seeing my Black colleagues and friends teaching all of us non-Black people what to do, how to act, what to read, how to feel, even on and on and on. So I'm going to share some of the things that you could do right now and also some of the things that maybe we can stop doing. I'm in a constant process of learning, so obviously this list will necessarily be incomplete, and I do not claim to do any of these perfectly. These insights are based on my own observations from this week and also from listening to Black activists, colleagues, and even strangers who continue to engage people and to teach us even when we're honestly not deserving. If you're not interested in acting in this moment when people are protesting in the streets, they're risking their well-being, they're being met with police violence, and you just want to keep living your life, this video really is not for you. The first thing you can do is to stop acting so surprised. A lot of people right now are having a moment. They're expressing a lot of shock and surprise. And I think that the public expression of that, like on social media, and acting like violence against Black people is something new in this country, is very insensitive and honestly probably very hurtful to Black Americans who have been living with the weight of this history their whole lives. Secondly, do not ask or expect your Black colleagues or friends to teach you. Even if you text them to check in, really check yourself, the words that you're using. Maybe it's just a simple, hey, I'm here when you're ready to talk, or I'm here for you whenever that may be. But don't use this as an opportunity to express your guilt, to ask them for resources, or to flex about all the things that you are doing right. Just make yourself available if this person is your friend. Building from that, do not check in with Black colleagues who are not your actual friends. If this is an acquaintance or someone you just work with, but you really don't have a connection like that, your checking in on them might actually do more damage than good. You might come off as superficial, not genuine, or worse, it comes off as fetishizing. Like you're just out here checking off your to-do list for being a good ally. Just don't do it. You're putting a lot of emotional baggage onto someone that might already be experiencing a lot right now. Next, I would advise you to engage in meaningful change within your own realm of participation. Related to my previous 2 points, if you don't have any Black friends or colleagues, it's time to think critically about why that is. I'm not saying to go out and get some friends. I'm saying that you need to think critically about how you might be structurally privileged in ways that you never had to think about before. Do you live in a neighborhood or go to a school or participate in activities that do not include or has historically not included Black people? And don't point to the 1 or 2 people as exceptions, right? If you want to practice being an effective ally, work to change the institution that you're a part of. If you're in a PhD program, what is your department doing right now to support Black students? Do you even have Black colleagues at your place of work? Why or why not? And who can you talk to remedy this? I think solidarity statements are important, but we also have to move beyond these symbolic gestures. How are we working towards the physical, material betterment of Black people right now within your realm of participation? My next piece of advice is to please be mindful of what you're posting on social media. It should go without saying that you should not be posting violent shit. That's extremely traumatizing for a lot of folks, but especially for Black folks, because police violence is something that is very well documented in this country. And there's a long history of this in the US and globally. So in line with things not to post, stop posting shit of you doing the work. And I know that not everyone is gonna agree with me on this, but If you're a non-Black ally, unless you're a public figure that needs to show some sort of accountability right now, and you have like thousands, millions of followers, don't post about how much you donated or what you're doing to reflect on your privilege. Just stop even calling yourself an ally. Just do the actual work. And related to social media, really think about what you post. Don't just post it because it's a trend. What are you posting about? Like, what is the message behind what you're posting? And is it useful? And to whom? I was personally frustrated by the response on my own social media during Blackout Tuesday, because folks who never post anything about social justice or Black liberation and who are actively anti-Black in their practices were posting Blackout Tuesday. Like, it was very clear to me that people want to do the least amount of shit and reap maximum social benefit to present this like facade of solidarity. Just don't do it. And another piece of advice related to social media is I generally refrain from posting anything addressing how Black, brown, and indigenous people should act or feel. That's just not my place. And if you're white, that's definitely not your place. Finally, if you truly believe that Black Lives Matter, what are you doing specifically to combat anti-Blackness in your institution, in your workplace, with your families? The fact of the matter is that if you live in the US, you participate in and benefit from an economic system that was only made possible by the destruction of indigenous lands and chattel slavery. And slavery and settler colonialism are very much a part of our country's and global history, but also very much a part of our present. We see this in policies, in criminalization, over-policing of Black and brown communities, neglect, stealing of lands. The list goes on and on and on. So with that said, we really need to stop thinking like we're not part of the problem. And I'm talking about myself. Too often, I'm tempted to think that I'm one of the good ones, that this is a white person's failure, that this is a white people failing. But I also fail to interrogate the ways that Asian Americans as a community and different Asian American communities, right, have historically participated and perpetuated anti-Blackness, as well as really upheld white supremacy, right, and glorified white supremacy. So everyone's talking about like solidarity right now, but ask yourself, who is that solidarity for? Is it truly for Black liberation, or is it just for you? I'll end the video there. I realize that this is not an easy to-do list, just check the boxes. Anti-racist work doesn't work like that. If you feel truly stuck, like you don't even know where to start, I encourage you to read a book. Google all of the questions that you have. Attend some virtual seminars. There's so much good content right now. Town halls, talks, roundtables with world-renowned scholars and activists. But please, just don't do nothing. Stop making excuses and get involved. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.